There's just so many ways to partner with creators. You can do sponsored posts, you can do activations, you can co-create events with them, co-create content. It varies by brand and it varies by creator. And I just think that's so exciting. Even the negotiation piece is fun because you're negotiating not just dollars, but like how you're going to work together and collaborating with them on that. And so I think it's just one of the most creative and energizing spaces to work in.
Hi, I'm Gail Calvert, and this is Marketing in Progress, a spin-off of Work in Progress. This is for anyone juggling the world of B2B marketing, figuring out what matters, what you can skip, and what actually grows revenue. You'll hear from marketing leaders, sales leaders, and agency owners, every angle with no filter. You won't hear any jargon and no fluff, just real talk, smart ideas, and some laughs along the way. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Marketing in Progress. I'm so excited to have Brianna Doe with us. Brianna is the founder and CEO of Verbatim, an influencer marketing agency. First of all, she's a great sport. We didn't prep her, and she rolled with the punches and offered some really great information in the world of influencer marketing. We also talk about what keeps us up at night. How do we keep up with the pace of change in marketing these days? What's working? Maybe what's not working? So let's dive in. Brianna, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, being a guinea pig and trying this segment out for me. So we're both marketers. I don't know about you, but I feel like marketing is moving at the speed of light. I know that all industries are being disrupted with AI, et cetera, but I wonder what your thoughts are on being a marketing professional, whether it's our clients, right? Or those of us that are on the agency side. I find the most challenging thing is to keep up with all of the changing tactics.
Yeah, I think I would agree. It's hard to keep up with it. And it's also hard to then prioritize. I'm curious what you think. I think it's difficult to prioritize which new tactics or trends or updates are the most important and which ones you can ignore. I mean, every day there's a new AI tool or a new prompt that I'm supposed to be using on AI. I don't know which ones to choose. I don't know which ones I'm supposed to check out. And then you wait a week and they've announced 6 more.
Yeah.
And so I think that's also hard too, especially even if you're an entrepreneur or if you work in-house. You have very limited time and very limited bandwidth. And so the time that you do spend learning these new tools or catching up on the trends, it's hard to wade through all of it and figure out what's the most important. Are you experiencing that?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the benefit I have now at Creo Collective, my agency, is we are literally that, a collective of marketing experts who have different area of expertise. So that makes it a little easier to have a network to be like, hey, this person knows the latest on search optimization because everyone's using ChatGPT instead of Google, right? I mean, like SEO is changing so quickly. But yeah, so there are people who have different areas of expertise that I can tap into. But when I was in-house, I felt like it was impossible to keep up on everything going on out there. When you're in your business in Verbatim, are you focused on like influencers in a certain industry or what kind of focus area or?
Not really, because our clients span tech, like fashion, retail, like health and wellness. They just cover a lot of different categories. So we don't limit ourselves in terms of influencers, but we do have a lot of clients asking about AI influencers lately, which is a whole separate conversation. So that's the only area I'd say we don't work in is AI influence, and not influencers that talk about AI. I mean the actual AI generated influencers.
Can you elaborate on that? AI generated, like fake people?
Yes, it's a whole thing now. And I can send you some examples too. But basically, I could create an AI generated human and start making her, him, they like create content. And I could get brand deals for this AI person. So I start selling products as if I'm a real human, but it's just an AI. I think it's very dystopian. And I don't know if you've seen this. It's been going viral lately. There's an influencer who was at Wimbledon, but she was AI. I don't know if you've seen her. So that's a good example too. It's raising a lot of discourse about how weird it is.
All right, we'll stick with humans for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Okay. What are you most commonly asked about by your clients? What's the pain or what is it that people are trying to achieve or solve in the influencer marketing space? Because I'm not close to it at all.
I would say one of the most commonly asked questions is it's around budget. Like, how do I, it's some variation of, I don't know how much I should be planning to spend, so I can't build a budget. How do I do that? Like, what's realistic? And also, what's realistic to help me drive results instead of, just throwing some money at creators and then not getting any results? Where do I start seeing the ROI? And then that's how I'll figure out my budget. I would say it's actually one of the main questions that I get. And it makes sense. I mean, especially because there's just not a lot of standardization, if any, around influencer rates. People
Yeah.
charge whatever. You could talk to two influencers with the same engagement rate, similar engagement rates. They have 10,000 followers. You could get one of them quoting you $500 for a post and one quoting you 15,000. Like there's just so much left up in the air. And I think that's what makes it hard for brands to figure out,
I see.
how to do it, especially if they haven't done it before and they're trying to get budget from, higher ups. They don't know where to start.
You're representing the influencers, not the brands. Is that correct? Or the
No, we're
brand?
on the brand side.
You're representing brands making deals with influencers.
Correct. So we
Okay.
handle like sourcing influencers, negotiating with them. Influencers can contract, it depends on the brand, but a lot of them have influencers contract with us directly on behalf of the brand. And so we handle the payments as well.
Okay. So when you say you're being asked how much to spend, that's by brands. Like how much
Correct.
do we need to invest to reach this audience? Okay. That's really interesting.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds fun. It's also
Yeah.
fun that it's, I think, not so rigid. And there's probably more opportunity to be creative and do different things.
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, there are just so many ways to partner with creators. You can do sponsored posts, you can do activations, you can co-create events with them, co-create content. It varies by brand and it varies by creator. And I just think that's so exciting. Even the negotiation piece is fun because you're negotiating not just dollars, but like how you're going to work together and collaborating with them on that. And so I think it's just one of the most creative and energizing spaces to work in.
But it seems like that would be really challenging because nothing is the same.
To an extent, yes, but because I've been doing it for so long, it's almost like I have like a mental calculator where I can just look and be like, I'm not paying you that. I'll pay you this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so if somebody wants to be an influencer, how many followers do they need to have? Like you said, I know it's all over the place, but like maybe pick we've got a big tech audience. Do you know, like you're working in tech? So if you're tech
Yeah.
looking for an influencer, like what do you look for that says, okay, this person is actually legit and not like, I'm just pretending to be an influencer?
So it's going to depend on like what kind of creator or influencer you want to be. Especially tech is actually a perfect example because some tech brands, they're going to want, especially in B2B, they're going to want the like thought leader or the industry leader. That person might not have, 250,000 followers, 500,000 followers, but they have an audience of 10K that's all decision makers like CFOs and CROs and, whatever. And so it really boils down to the caliber or the value of the audience itself and how that translates to the brand's goals. So if somebody wants to start creating content and partnering with brands, it's important to figure out if you want to be more of like a thought leader in the space or somebody that creates content, like high quality content that brands find appealing. You can be both, but that's just important because if you kind of pigeonhole yourself, if you just focus on making like fluffy lifestyle content,
Right.
right, depending on the audience that you're trying to build, you can have 5,000 and they're just incredible and a brand will work with you with that. So,
Right. I mean, it takes me back to magazines and, right. It's like you could be a trade publication and you're in a niche, segment and that's really valuable. Or you could be like People Magazine or something that's for everybody. So the audience is bigger, but there's a different value associated depending what you want to achieve.
yeah, perfect example.
I mean, we're hearing a lot now that even in B2B, right? People want to buy from people. They don't trust brands. They only trust people. So are you seeing a lot more of employees, like corporate employees, also investing in their personal brand and being influencers?
I am seeing more people that work in-house creating content and building personal brands. I think though the majority that I'm seeing are doing it to do just that, to build their personal brand. The company is just like a secondary element of that, which I actually think is ideal. Honestly, jobs come and go. Like you don't want to become, I don't want to be Brianna from Apple I want to be Brianna,
Right.
right? Regardless of what company I work at. So I think that's important. I think that's crucial. But I am seeing more of that, and I think it's exciting. I think B2B, any sort of influencer marketing in B2B has the opportunity to be really cool and innovative because there just aren't that many examples in this space. So it's exciting.
So I ask all my guests from Work in Progress, are you coffee or tea?
Neither.
Oh, cool. Okay. What is
Yeah, I
it?
don't really, yeah,
Nothing?
I just drink water.
Only water.
Well, water and alcohol.
Okay, well, that's good. Thank God you have a fault, Brianna. Thank
I could
God.
never get the smell of coffee. I can't do it. And then I got COVID and now it smells like soup to
Really?
me. This is too much information. But yeah,
I
and so
know.
I can't stand it. My husband loves coffee. I have to be upstairs in another room or it makes me feel ill. And tea, I like it, but I can never drink a full cup. Take like a
Okay.
couple sips. So I just don't really do
All
it.
right. So you start your day with some water.
Yes, ice cold water. Perfect.
Okay, that's great. All right. What's your favorite? What is the song that you're going to put on right now if you need to get happy? If you wake up crying, Brianna, you're like, this sucks.
Hmm.
I need to cheer myself up. What do you got?
If I need to cheer myself up, I'm probably gonna put on, I think it's called Dance the Night Away by Dua Lipa from the Barbie movie. I
Mm-hmm.
love that
Okay.
song.
Okay.
Or any Kendrick Lamar.
All right. Did you like the Super Bowl halftime show?
I was obsessed. I think it actually changed my brain chemistry. That was probably the
Yes.
best Super Bowl show
Yes.
I've ever seen. So
Same.
it was
And I
great.
was I was watching the Super Bowl with my 14-year-old son and like six of his friends, and they didn't know what was going on. And I was like, you guys are such dorks. How do you not know? I'm like,
Lame.
I know. I was so into it. And they're like, what's with your mom? I'm like, it was amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Thank
What
God.
about you? What's your hype song?
Oh, I have a bunch. It's kind of cheesy, but it does it. Trust Fall by Pink.
Ooh, good one. I
Um,
love some pink.
I love PIMP. Like Regulate, any of those. Yeah, I'm a girl of the 90s.
Okay, but that is a banger. PIMP is a good song, and so is Regulate, honestly. Yeah, those
Play
are
it.
good.
My kids are like, Mom, I'm like, just get into it. Just forget what they're saying. Just go with it.
You know, I do like, speaking of the 90s, I do like Thong Song. That one does hype me up. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like we all moved on
No,
from that song too quickly. The beat
we we
is so
we
good.
left the thong song too quickly. You're saying it didn't have its time on the top 10 as
Petition,
long as you
yeah,
wanted.
petition to bring it back.
All right, well, we're gonna bring it back right now, Brianna. Obviously, it's gonna go viral for sure. The thong song. I hope that was helpful. If you know someone that you go to for this topic, send them my way. After all, we're just figuring this out together. See you next time.